Hi there, this is David and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. Today we're going to focus on the last quest that we have, which is a monster hunting quest in the East Celtic Highway. So, let's go on in here and explore. There aren't that many new enemies in here, we've already seen some.
Be a really tranquil area.
We just got this guy to take care of here. Ooh, another one of those tomato guys. Awesome! But let's go ahead and use information to check these guys out. The Ripper Squirrels, an adorable but deadly monster with a sharp tail, spin attacks, incredibly dangerous. Okay, well, let's do it.
Let's go.
And I want to make sure that I kill that tomato too. Bastard of a tomato. You know, let's go up there and kill you. Sweet. Yeah.
I got you.
And then I'm going to use your autumn leaf cutter to hopefully get, all three of these guys right there. Perfect. Oh, it missed. Shit! Oh, I did not like that it missed. Oh, it counters me for 1 damage, like I give a damn. Okay, well at least it's not running away. That's good. I have, like, Dragon Warrior issues of really rare monsters running away and pissing me off. Yeah. Oh, it can confuse. That's not good. Ooh. Let's see. I'll have you go after, well, what's the highest HP on this guy? Yeah, get that HP down. These guys are harder than I thought. You. Let's see. Ooh, Blessed Arrow. That's not bad. Let's try this Flamberg, though. We'll try it on the tomato. Hopefully it has better accuracy. No, it doesn't. Can I hit multiple enemies? I'm shocked that I still can't hit multiple enemies. Okay, just attack this guy. Come on, kill it. Seriously? Urgh. This is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, I just gotta kill the squirrels then. Okay, so you're going down. And let's see, who's up next in the turn order? You, so go ahead and kill you. Seriously, Rain? Come on now. You're up next at the turn order, kill you. And, oh good, it went away. Thank you! Finally, my god. Oh, there we go. Did I, oh, I didn't get it? Oh, that sucks. I wanted another U material. But anyway, that's it for the the new monsters in this area. So what I'm going to do is get some treasure, and if I do get into another encounter, I'm just going to use that time off screen to clear off all the encounters in this area. Well, this is annoying to say the least. What do I get here? Oh, some ground beef. Yeah, I went through and I killed all the enemies on this screen, but by the time that I came back, the enemies respawned. So it doesn't work in this game the same way it works in like the Lunar games, where if you kill the on-screen enemies, they won't come back until you leave the screen again. So yeah, they're still here. It's unfortunate. Get away. I can't get the treasure chest? Seriously? Oh, good. There, Proxy Puppet. Get away from me. I've fought you twice now, and I don't want to fight you again. Oh, actually, no, there is something over here. There is a hidden fishing spot, which I'm going to use right now. Okay, now that I've done that, let's move right along towards the farmhouse. If we look at the quest that we got, let's see, where is it? It's, where is it? This one. It was actually requested by some people, some farmers on the East Celtic Highway. So that's where we are headed towards right here. This quaint little farmhouse. Nice. Let's head on in. This must be the farm that put out the monster extermination quest. We should go inside and ask for more details. Yeah, might as well. Certainly better than just wandering around blindly till we find the thing. Agreed. We're here. So now's as good a time as any to introduce ourselves and ingratiate ourselves to the locals, I guess? Okay, well, let's do it.
Wow, this farmhouse is huge. Look at the cows.
Yeah, we can't talk without talking. The cows stink. Harvesting the crops is exhausting. Farm work is just the worst. Why did I have to be born to a family like this? Yeah, I kind of enjoy working out in the yard, though. Huh? What brings you here? If you're looking for my granddad, he's inside. Too bad the yards in Nevada are tiny, and you really can't grow anything because, it's the desert. There's a really scary monster that shows up in the highway. I can hear it in the middle of the night, too. Now I'm too scared to sleep by myself at night. The fruit we produce is both deliciously fresh and healthy. You can even make whole juice out of it and it will still be just as good for you. Here, have this recipe on how to do it. Ooh, nice, thank you. Sweet. And gotta talk to Farmer Fred over here. Hello, would you happen to be Cyro? We're here to take care of the monster that's causing issues here. As such, we'd like some further details on it. Oh, you are? I'm the man you're looking for then. Well, I did know that it would be students taking care of it. I wasn't aware that you had young ladies in your company. The rest of you are younger than I had expected, too. Perhaps this request may be too dangerous for you after all. Thank you for your concern. However, there's no need to worry. All of us here have combat experience already. Indeed, this all serves as part of my training, too, so please allow us to undertake this request. Well, if you insist, you'll come across a plateau of sorts if you proceed beyond here. That's where the monster tends to appear. It truly is a ferocious one, so much so that passing by the area is impossible, as it attacks everything that it sees. Do take extra care when approaching it. Right. Being careless with this one doesn't seem like an option. Indeed, we'll have to be thoroughly prepared for it. Allow us to make our way there once preparations are complete then. Yeah, let's give this everything we've got. Okay, I could have swore it said Farmer Fred. Let's see, where is it? I'm just curious now. Oh, it does say Cyro. I was looking at something else. Oh, this one, the seasoning where it says Client Fred. Okay, yeah, sorry, my mistake. Anyway, let's go find this monster. Get on out of here. And leave these roosters. And if you talk to the roosters, it's kind of weird. To me, it doesn't sound like a rooster crowing. It sounds like a kitten meowing. It's like they just chose a random animal sound effect and were like, sure, slap it on them. You know? Who's going to talk to the rooster anyway, you know? Because roosters crow, they do like the cock-a-doodle-doo thing. And not so much there. Anyway, go over here, grab this chest. See what we got. Ooh, a tiara bomb. Nice. Huh, look at that train.
Transcontinental Railroad, huh? Guess that'll take you out of the country.
Yeah, if you keep on heading east, you'd eventually reach Gorelia Fortress.
Is that right? Get an HP 1? If we continue traveling south from here, we'd eventually reach Bereahar. That's pretty far out of our study area, though. We should turn back. That HP 1 will increase your max HP not by a percentage, like in Trails in the Sky, but just by flat 500, if I recall correctly. So let's grab this chest. Took care of them. And get a reviving balm. It's at this point where you're really going to want to try to conserve your CP and, and your EP as well, for healing and things like that.
Is that a treasure chest?
I'm using Laura's EP for healing because she's never going to cast anyway. Gorelia Fortress is in this direction, right? Though not for quite a ways. There's supposed to be a provincial army base called Twin Dragons Bridge between here and there, too. We don't have any business at either location, however, and our time is limited. We should probably turn back. Yeah, we should, because if we go back and then over to the right, up this hidden little path right here, it'll lead us straight to where we want to go against this lizard, dragon, dinosaur thing. Is that the monster that we're looking for? It certainly seems to be. It looks pretty tough. What should we do? We don't really have any choice, do we? We have to kill it. It's causing problems for the farmers. Everyone, double check your equipment. We need to be prepared for whatever this thing might throw at us. Understood. Right! Yeah, I'm all healed up. Let's do this. I don't think that you can actually get, like, a preemptive attack on them or anything like that, so... Yeah. I'm gonna use a Motivate, get everybody's strength up. Awesome. And you, if we look at him right here, you can see that he is extremely weak to water. I love his name, Scary Dinosaur. It's like, the XC just gave up at that point. Scary Dinosaur? Like, what the hell is that? Let's see what I'm gonna have her do. We'll use an Armor Breaker. That will lower his defensive power. Whoa! 800 in defense down. And I want to make sure that I get this guy analyzed. Bam! Over 1,000 damage. That's really nice. Okay, let's see what Scary Dinosaur has to say. A ferocious lizard monster releases sound waves by vibrating its dorsal fin, then crushes its prey with its teeth. Whoa! Okay, ooh, he drops a shield too. You really can't be unbalanced all that well, but basically you want to use Aqua Bleed with Elliot, and it looks like Scary Dinosaur is going to be getting a bonus, so screw you, Scary Dinosaur. I'm totally stealing that bonus by using Laura's Radiant Dance. Yeah, right on him. I can never get enough of that. That's so cool. Let's use Golden Spear. That has a chance to blind as well, because it's better for her to use magic than it is to attack. She actually has a much better attack magic stat, but I don't have her equipped with any kind of water damaging magic. That's just Elliot. So use a Aqua Bleed. Hopefully that'll take care of him. If not, we'll see. Yeah, looks like Aqua Bleed's going to take care of it. There we go.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah, we're good, Elliot. Thanks for the concern. Ooh, got a shield too. Nice. I'll have to check that out off screen. No, I'll check it out on screen. Why not? That takes care of that. I don't know how we did it, but we won. It would have been even tougher if not for the power of our combat legs. I hate to admit it, but Arcus does seem to have a lot of potential. You hate to admit it? Why? Never mind that. We should go tell the people at the farm that we took care of the monster they reported. Oh yeah. I hope they're pleased. Is something wrong, Laura? No, it's nothing. Let's go. Okay. Let's check out that shield too. See what that does. Let's see. No, not there. Where is it? Shield 2. Ooh, art defense plus 20. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to meet you back at the farm. Oh, back at the farm. Let's go talk to Farmer Spyro, or Cyro, or... Yeah, I'm thinking of different games here. Oh, I assume you've taken care of that monster then. That's correct. Thank goodness. Thank you so much. Now we can finally begin harvesting again. I'll have to let the family know right away. Huh, you're welcome. I found myself surprised at how close this area is to Keldic, however. Wouldn't it have been much quicker to make a request to the provincial army instead? Well, it is admittedly close, but this area, and Keldic as a whole really, is on the very outskirts of the Cruzen province. As such, the provincial army isn't very interested in aiding us. Yeah, that's not too hard to believe, considering their attitude earlier. That certainly doesn't sit well with me. I probably shouldn't say any more on the matter. However, I do still owe you all your reward for this. Please, take these. Awesome. That's really generous. Can we really have this much? Of course. We've got enough to last us here as it is. After all your help, it's the least that I can do. I hope that you enjoy them. These look great, thank you. You don't get much fresher than this. I'm looking forward to digging into these. I'm rather jealous that you have the opportunity to eat such delicious food every day. That's one of the benefits of being a farmer. Unfortunately, though, it's not all good. Things have been getting tougher lately, seeing as how goods are being imported so cheaply nowadays. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Incoming's becoming a much easier task now thanks to the Transcontinental Railroad and international flights. Furthermore, more and more goods can now be legally imported as a result of the rising population. Come to think of it, I have noticed an increase in cheaper ingredients lately. Oh, my apologies. I shouldn't be wasting your time with all this. Regardless, you all have my thanks for today. Now we can move on to harvesting without any worries. Allow us to thank you too. We actually learned a lot from doing this request. Feel free to get in touch so that anything else can come up. Let's get on out of here. Whew. Guess that does it for all the mandatory tasks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pooped. Same. I don't venture out onto the highways very often. The two of you sure seem okay though. Well, my hometown is in the countryside too, so I'm kind of used to this. And with all the training that Laura does, I imagine this is probably nothing for her. Indeed, I find this level of exercise to be quite manageable. However, what is it? No, I'm sure it's nothing. I believe we should return to the inn now, should we not? Yeah, let's. I'm guessing Instructor Sarah is still there. We can give her a report and also ask her a bit more about the purpose behind these field studies. That would definitely be good to know. She hasn't told us anything about what's happening tomorrow either. Alright then, let's head back to town. Ugh, can't wait to go to this inn and just rest and relax and move on to the next day without running around all damn day. Don't give crap! The one paid. What's going on? It sounds like something's happening over at the market. There appears to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see. Oh, hell. Guess we have to put off going to bed right, till this is over. Don't give me that crap! This is my spot. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got the permit for it, so stop lying to me and the moose. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is a local, with that merchant wearing the suits from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province's ruling lord. Oh, so for Celdic that would be... This isn't good! We have to stop him! Who are you? Unhand me at once! I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. We would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you kids. Since when was grabbing a person by the neck being considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from the Thors Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we're not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we can't simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? Ugh, so they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Adios' name is happening here? And who are you? Now look what you've done. Manager Otto. Oh yeah, that's the guy who's in charge of all this. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah! And both permits expire at the same time too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay, I guess. Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything's going to be fine now. Yeah, I guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation, though I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh? How do you know about Class 7? My name's Otto. I'm the manager of Celdic's Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd be so kind as to come along, I'll treat you to some tea. Just FYI, if you've been noticing some cuts, it's because I cut out loading. I've been doing it for a couple episodes now, but the loading times in this game, depending on what it is, it could be anywhere from 3 seconds to like 10 seconds. And I hate loading times, and I hate it even more in a video, so I just cut it out. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments. Indeed. Principal Van Dyck is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands, and I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market. That's right. Both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall reserved is near the back of the market, however, so who's ever relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true. It's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Cruzan province is ruled by Duke Alberea, one of the four most powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly, and with a larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the ones we saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. I've never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course! I've even gone to Bereahard numerous times to petition the Duke personally, but they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word that I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, but I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So mediating arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all! I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study, and I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. You will? So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit then? That's right. I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up to them. Or at least, I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. Well, it is getting late here, and we do need to go to the, inn. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they control, and as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Alberea. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt that there's anything that he could do. Among the nobility, decisions are made by the head of the house are absolute, and since the Albereas represent one of the four great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the four great houses. Guess that's a no then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent! Hey, instructor, what's up? What brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. You're going to see Group B now? The town of Parma is a considerable distance from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You four are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think, and I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. Adios be with you. I'll be looking forward to your report. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on, even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn. Can she read minds or something? I'd suggest we return to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Well, then let's head to the inn. Next time on Let's Play Legend Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And have a good day.